No, the best is the cock.
No.
The fuck is that?
Remember,
Well, Greg,
remember we gotta be
I know you weren't here for Augusta. Oh, we've already done this. Is old hand. Sounds a lot better though, doesn't it? It's fucking delicious.
A little loud.
Did you hear when Jim Nance schooled Jake Jacobson about golf course snobbery? See,
It's a little loud.
okay, I hear you. Don't yell. Jake blatantly said he wouldn't play at a shitty course like Bobby Jones. I said, Jake, Jim Nance doesn't like that kind of talk. And Jim sat him down. So there's no room for that. You think you're a rich guy, you just say and do what you want? Well, God damn it, you don't make the rules. All right. Jerry Coleman stopped by.
Are you ready already?
I'm ready.
From the stately downtown studios. Stand by for Florida's premier sports talk radio show. It's Ozzie, the Sports Junkie.
This whole thing is getting out of control.
What the hell are you talking about?
He scores! Max Talbot beats goaltender Osgood like a rented mule.
Headlines are ready. The Bucks are the pro champions of the world.
Unfreaking believable.
And now, here's Ozzie.
We're here, everybody. Ozzie the Sports Junkie back in the stately studios of the Sports Junkie Radio Network. Blasting out of the 941 Sarasota, Florida, west coast of Florida, along the, well, there's so many networks to mention. The Shoutcast Network got a new Vocast one, soon going to be on the TuneIn app, radio.com, many to mention. We'll get to all the technical side of it in a second. But once again, always glad to be back, and it's nice, a comfortable feeling as we sit here on a Sunday afternoon, Greg.
It's a little different on a Sunday, isn't it?
It's nice. It's kind of a Fraser.
I like it. It's very relaxed.
I think we could do like a Fraser Thomas type situation where we show a classic movie.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Moby Dick.
Well, that's a movie I make with my girlfriend that I'd really rather if you wouldn't talk about that.
Okay.
Or you can talk about it, but let's just not. It's a little off key. Or color. How are you, Greg?
I'm great. It's a nice Sunday.
Except for the fact that our Rays were rained out in Baltimore
that
today.
kind of stuff. Well, they had a 5-3 road trip. So.
They had an unbelievable roadie and an unbelievable start. We'll get on the Rays. We'll get on. Talk to us about today's program.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a little disheveled. Now you got me thinking of family classic movies, and I'm thinking about maybe doing a classic movie every week here.
Well, I have a story, and this involves Ozzie. We were watching the Kentucky Derby yesterday.
As most of America was.
Most America
they said
was.
record numbers.
One of the things that Ozzie noticed first was, dang, there's so many dang horses in this race. And there were. How many horses were there?
It's 20 horses. I mean, it's too much.
It's ridiculous.
And as a sport,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
As a gambler and a handicapper, I can't handicap 20 horses. It's impossible.
Right.
It's impossible.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So then we're watching it, and then Maximum Security is leading the pack.
Maximum Security.
And then let me finish.
The favorite.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I think he was the second favorite.
Oh, the number 2 favorite. So tons of money.
Probable was the favorite. And so he started to lag behind a little bit. And then all of a sudden, there was a bump, and then he led the pack, and he won the race.
Bump?
And Ozzie noticed the bump right away, right during the race. Ozzie noticed the bump.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
You can now say something about that, how you noticed it.
Well, if you didn't see the race, where you been? It was a slop fest, too many horses, sloppy track. I don't like that many. I think they should limit it at maybe 12. 12 to 15 horses is more than enough. More than
12 is fine.
Because all you're doing is creating a big log jam where the fans, not only is it impossible to bet on it and win anything, which is the purpose of the sport. Let's face it. Sure, it's nice to have the beautiful horses to watch it. Nobody goes there just for the scenery.
Right. So
Maybe that day they do. They go there to win money and bet on the horse and have a nice day.
Right. So then maximum security wins, and we decide, and then we watch a little bit of the fanfare.
The pomp and circumstance.
And the picture taking and all that.
And immediately.
And then we go to the Rays game, because the Rays game was starting.
Flip
so
right over.
We flipped right over. And then in the middle, I get notices on my phone from different sports.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news from different sports apps, and I think it was the CBS app. It was the CBS app.
I think.
And it said breaking news
as an
that
alert.
maximum security was disqualified.
It came to us at 5-star
Right.
alert.
And
I hit the ground.
And Countryside was declared the winner. First time, two things. First time, a horse has been disqualified.
That's incredible. I didn't
Winner.
know. I couldn't believe that.
in the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
Second thing was that Countryside was the second highest odds of any horse
to win.
to win a Kentucky.
A $2 ticket paid what? $152. It's
$152.
incredible. What we missed is the tension and the mounting drama that must have been going on not only there in Lexington, but in every casino, every sportsbook, every dog track and horse track, every pari-mutuel place around the country where you could bet on this race.
Right.
There was 20 minutes of complete limbo, and everybody and their brother had 7 in that horse in their bets at some place. Every ticket had 7 in it. I guarantee you, when they finally, after 20 minutes, decided that he impeded the way and it was called, X'd him out, and he was disqualified as winner, there was a collective moan went out, and there was a collective chortling from the back because every single book owner just cashed it. They hit it.
Now
that's all profit.
I went online yesterday and I heard what was it? Hammer and Hank, the
Goldberg's still alive?
Yeah, Goldberg's still alive.
Oh my God!
He explained what happened. Yeah, he looks ancient, by the way. He explained what happened, and the thing is that if you're it's like a car. If you go in a lane and then go in front of another horse like that, like Maximum Security did, he went in front of another horse. You can't do that. You have to stay in your lane, so to speak. You just can't cross in front of a horse like that. And that's what he did, and that's illegal. Now, if you keep going and then you get a lead, that's different. But he kind of like swerved and like a car cutting off another car.
And it's sad because after all that was said and done, it was a hell of a stretch race. I mean,
it really was.
I mean, it was a stampede to the finish. You had horses coming from the outside, a couple that were dead and buried earlier in the race came on the outside. Like, my God, 5 horses are charging. This is might be a finish for their ages. And it ruins a great race run by that horse because the first thing I said, Greg, look at him. He got bumped, and you could tell he was off course.
Right.
The jockey did a great job, I thought, in repositioning him on a sloppy track with that much traffic, put him back in his lane, and the horse knew what to do and ran all the way. And we thought maybe he would fade a little bit. He easily won by not a length, maybe a half a length, but he went away charging, and it's a shame. He'll probably be favored in the next race, but it really kind of blows it. I like to. What would be crazy? How about if this 52-1 shot manages to get because he had to have been. Did he finish? Did he finish in second place then?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 52-1 horse. Who knows if this guy? How great of a story would that be? If Holiday Scene or Holiday Rambler, whatever the horse is,
Countryside.
But Countryside comes out and wins the second leg of the Triple Crown up there at the Preakness, the home of Jerry Coleman. Speaking of Baltimore Orioles, we're going to get Coleman on before and preview this race, and I'm going to talk to him. Jerry Coleman's made a very, very bad. He had a bad incident with one Bob Costas, and I'm going to remind him of it. Jerry, if you're listening and you're not, you be nice to that goddamn Mr. Costas. He's a legend.
Well,
you have no right.
He doesn't work for NBC anymore, so he doesn't do the race. So.
Oh, that's right. Kind of like the horse.
It's Tirico now.
What was the horse that bumped him yesterday? Who was the horse in question?
That he bumped? I don't know.
No, the winner who was not
Countryside.
Countryside was the winner. Who was it? Ali Sheba?
I don't know.
The horse who won it, I don't know, is Alzir or something. Sadly enough, by law, Kentucky law, if a horse does that and is disqualified.
Maximum security.
Had me put to sleep. Had me euthanized on the track too, and part of the twice. It's a big horse. I mean, a couple shells. then the other horses are forced then to eat the raw flesh of that horse. I don't make this up. I don't make the rules, Greg.
But, you brought up a really good point. First of all, it was a sloppy track. Really, I mean, it was the worst Triple Crown race track that I have ever seen.
I've seen worse at race time, but not leading into race time.
Not during the race.
They were splashing their way to the gate.
And the thing is, there were so many horses, like you stated.
Alluded to. Matty
that
Alou.
You're going to have something like that happen. Now, I'm wondering if that would have been a regular race. I don't know if that would have happened.
I don't know. They stay pretty stringent. Okay. I must say, from dog racing right on down, I got a dog racing update. It's a sad one here in Sarasota. But from dog racing all the way down, they have to be stringent because this is, if it's like anything. The people have to know what they're watching is real, or else it's wrestling and it's fake and it loses all credibility. So, a very wild one. You and I were you didn't get the alert till half an hour later.
Right.
So I called my buddy Randy, who's one day a year, he's a racing expert. Never seen him cash a winning ticket, but he knows everything about racing for that one day a year. He scouted. He went to the Florida Derby, breaking numbers down all night. He liked Roadkill, or whatever his name was, second to last, the horse finish. Also, second to last in a 20-horse field, Greg, sadly enough, and I don't make the rules, also euthanized on the track. I think it's kind of cruel that they do it in front of children. That's why, that started the tradition of wearing the big hats, because they would bring the loser out, and the blood, obviously, the backsplash of blood off a 1,200-pound animal is pretty intense, but they do taste good later in the day.
Well, you wear the big hat so you don't get a splash?
That's the tradition of that, and then you would get so hammered on mint juleps, which is, I don't even know what's in it, and I'm sick of even tired. It's such a tired topic, but it's fun. Let's face it. It's kind of like a Halloween. It's a one day of the year. It is the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. I'll give you that.
That's probably true, yeah.
With the exception, you could really make an argument the last 2 minutes of any good football game is better than any horse race ever run. But no sporting event has a 2-minute clock and the game's over. So it's fun.
That's what she said.
I only watch Hi-Yo. I only watch it because for the pomp and circumstance, and I'll watch the next one just to see if our Coming Home, whatever his name was, Hi-Yo! Thank you, could possibly pull an upset.
Countryside.
I was at with a track update. The lovely L Square and I went out to the Sarasota Kennel Club on Friday night. Yesterday was the last day ever after 100 years almost. It's closing in on 90 years. 92, I think, of live dog racing in Sarasota County.
92?
Yes,
really?
sir. Yes, sir. 92 years. The first few years of dog racing, Greg, they had monkey jockeys. I'm saying you bring that back, and that fucker sold out every day. They'd have standing room only. Could you imagine? Monkey jockeys.
Well, they have that monkey that rides at the rodeo, that rides that dog
absolutely
at all the big rodeos, and everybody loves it.
So I hope everyone's happy at PETA, because the dogs that aren't adopted will be also put to sleep. And there's about 10,000 people here in Florida and other states now without jobs. So congratulations on that. I know some of the dogs were abused, and I'm sure there were horrible instances of cruelty to animals. But don't think it doesn't go on in horse racing, Greg. Don't think it doesn't go on.
I always, when I think about dog racing, I always think about that episode on The Odd Couple with when Oscar and Felix buy a dog. Do you ever see that episode?
A racing dog?
Yeah, racing dog.
No, I did not see that one. Sounds funny.
And the problem was Felix overfed him, and so he was slow. So.
I always had and I know several people here in Florida, Sarasota in particular, who have adopted. There's the fine Mr. Costas on the TV here at the Ozzie station. By the way, listen to Ozzie the Sports Junkie Experience on the Sports Junkie Radio Network. I'm Ozzie the Sports Junkie. He's Gopher Greg. You can hear us throughout the land on a myriad of SoundCloud. Download. How about this? It's as easy as this. Download the SoundCloud app until the Ozzie app is ready. Then you can listen whenever you want, wherever you are on planet Earth. That's pretty easy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. SoundCloud, free app. My God, is SoundCloud blowing up. You name the genre, not just music, inspiration, talk, audio programs, you name it. SoundCloud's really incredible. It really is an amazing thing.
The other thing you could do, too, is go to, on Facebook. Go to Florida. You could go to Sports Junkie Network.
Sports Junkie Network.
Or you could go to Florida NFL fan group or Florida MLB.
Huh? Really? Are you?
Fan group. Sorry.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Are you nervous?
I'm always nervous.
Huh? Really? Are you?
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Florida fan group, Florida MLB fan group,
FAN?
or Florida NFL fan group on Facebook, and say that you want to join, and I will get you in, and then
Now let's you just
and
drop them
we
facts.
listed, we put the show.
Just take them right off.
Sorry, Greg.
Now let's you
Stop
just...
it!
That is Pete in the back room.
Stop it!
Oh,
And then
we
we'll
have
put
to
the
change
show
name.
on there. I'm trying to advertise
I'm
the
sorry.
show, and
You're
you're
right.
being a jerk.
Easy, killer.
No, you
This is the day of our Lord. It's a Sabbath.
Okay. We should be more polite.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I will.
So,
All right.
hey, Kent doesn't like that. Okay, so anyway, and then I put it on those Facebook pages, and then you can find our show then.
Very cool.
I know it took a long time.
Well, yeah, that is the easiest way. Because let's face it, there's the two easiest ways. Because if you're 8 or 80, everybody knows how to use Facebook. You would think by now. If they don't know how to use Facebook, even the most novice of computer users can manage their way through YouTube, or because all the shows are going to be YouTube as well as we're videotaping.
And you put it on Sports Junkie Network too.
Sports Junkie Network,
which is on Facebook.
Very, very simple. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist.
Do you have it on Twitter too?
It would be, my Twitter thing's all mashugana.
Okay.
The goddamn thing lost its password. I couldn't get rid of that phone fast enough. And thank you, Cozy Coleman, for effing up my weekend, saying you're going to be there Friday. You didn't show up yesterday. You don't show up. Now you're going to call me tomorrow. And I'm not paying the goddamn late charge.
Personal stuff now.
God damn it, man. Sick of people trying to throw a wrench in my plans. Talk. All right, let's see some goddamn results. And then I see nothing, Greg.
All right.
Out of that particular party, and another one I won't mention.
Can we change another subject?
Okay. Well, so
All
rest
right.
in peace, dog racing. It's gone, and
Yeah.
I'll close it with one sentence. It's all going to go
Do we
away.
have a bugle for it?
No, because I refuse to throw dirt on it.
Okay.
It's all going to go away. That card room will not exist. That will be an enterprise car rental place right next to the Sarasota International Airport, unless they pass limited casino gambling expansion for Sarasota County. That will be the Sarasota Casino. It will be a showcase. It'll be a reason to fill. Greg, downtown they're making all these high-rise hotels. What are the people going to come to do here? Not all of them want to go to restaurants and museums. They want to go gamble and beach and drink.
Exactly.
And you take away gambling, and guess what? They're not coming to Sarasota. They're not bringing their money here. There's no more mafia running the casinos.
When are they going to have that vote?
It's in November. It's limited. Limited meaning only so many machines. Not all games. They won't have them in 7-Elevens like they do in Vegas. Read the literature. Read the proposal. It's win, win, win for Sarasota County. So I'll get off my soapbox. Okay. Either that or just bulldoze it, because it'll be a freaking parking lot.
Okay, we talked about the draft last week, but one of the things that we did not talk about was...
Genital warts?
No. We're talking about the NFL draft.
I think I tore my sack.
There was a guy that was drafted, a safety from Iowa, in the 4th round by the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
And it was named Amani Hooker.
Oh, Amani Hooker.
And then I said to Ozzie, as we were watching the draft, I said, Amani Hooker? And then what did you say?
No, I need it. You have to picture he's the big Russian guy, and we'd have to get the proper music, because over in those Baltic countries, they don't just listen to anything, Greg. They love some good old fashioned bar music. Amani, you get drafted in America? No, let me buy you a drink, Amani. No. Amani no need drink. What Amani need? Amani need Hooker!
No, it's Amani Hooker!
You don't tell me how to pronounce my own name!
Amani Hooker!
Say hello to my little Hooker!
Do you want to go to the strip bar?
No. I don't need no bar. I also need Spanish. I don't need bar. Amani Hooker!
What a great name.
Awesome. Who was Mr. Irrelevant this year? Did you happen to catch it?
I didn't even know.
I bet you somewhere somebody's got a website dedicated who's the most productive Mr. Irrelevant. There has to be one.
There has to be one, because there's guys that are not drafted that make the cut.
Yeah, but you have to be the last one officially drafted.
Right, but there are guys that, what I'm saying
absolutely,
is that they're undrafted free agents that make the cut.
Like Tony Romo,
No,
Kurt Warner. Who go on to win
Lindsey,
Super Bowl.
That running back from Denver, Lindsey, he was
Absolutely.
undrafted free agent.
Let's hope our Buccaneers can pull something out of the scrap heap. How they didn't address their running game is beyond me, but we covered that last week, and we'll cover that more as we get on and on. We're not that far off. We're a month away from June, Greg. June leads into July. July starts training camp.
Right.
We're about 6 to 8 weeks out.
Right.
Crazy, isn't it? Football
and,
never
and
ends.
what's the other football that we like that's going to be starting
Our
soon?
friends up there at boxscorenews.com. We haven't been pimping. boxscorenews.com enough.
Oh, are we still on?
Is that one Skip Brainless on TV? I can't see that.
Yeah,
far.
it is. Yeah, it is good.
Oh, that's right. He covered Sammy Sosa and then was run out of town for writing all kinds of scandalous material about him. As we were watching the television and the
Are
Sports
we
Junkie
still
Network.
on Box Score News as far as
Absolutely. And George and company and Daryl
and his other brother Daryl.
Daryl, more importantly, they got a lot of stuff going, man. I think he got some kind of movie deal done, and he's covering. I think he's covering volleyball personally. I think he used that as a write-off to go to San Diego.
He's dating a Kardashian.
I heard he was dating it. Unfortunately, with Rob, the fat kid. No, I kid, Daryl. No, but Box Score News is going nowhere.
It wasn't Caitlin?
Well, he is an Olympic hero. Be some great copy for your. I think he moved to Delaware to cover that wrestling angle. Delaware to cover the wrestling angle.
Oh!
Thank you. Our board op behind the glass. Did you catch his name? I think his name is because Pete, has some problems. Pete, of course, my longtime board op. Okay, all the way down 3 stations ago. Did you catch the name of the new board op? I didn't either.
No, I didn't.
I think it's a big Russian guy.
Is it Amani?
It might be Amani's brother. Amani whiskey.
Amani whore.
Amani whore. It's H-O-R with a hyphen over it. It's European.
Hooray.
And 2 dots over
Amani,
the A.
hooray.
No. Who turned down goddamn music? Who turned down my music, Greg?
What the fuck are you doing?
Don't use that language on the radio. I'll come over and kill you.
When does CFL start?
I think the first exhibition game is late May. We talked a big game last year. We sure as hell didn't talk a lot of CFL football. So I apologize. Well, you moved away halfway
I moved
through.
Away, yeah.
You moved away and I lost interest. Not exactly. But we'll definitely talk some Canadian football as Johnny Winter, as Johnny Manziel, I guess, is banned forever. He really tried. He just can't get out of his own way, can he?
No.
Johnny football.
No.
He goes to, where did he go first? He went to the Schemos, was it? I can't remember. He went to one team, and then he got traded over to Mike Sherman, his old coach at Texas A&M, was it?
I think.
Somebody at Texas A&M.
Really foul
And
Johnny football.
2 weeks later, or the end of the season, he's gone. And then he tried to reinstate himself into playing that goofy league that just folded. All the owners of all the Canadian teams that got together and they said, no, you're out. We're not going to be a circus. We've been laughed at enough.
Yeah, he was in that, the Lions.
We've been laughed at enough by those filthy,
AAF.
dirty Americans.
The AAF that lasted, 5 weeks?
Hey, I'm going to, we proudly support our Canadian friends. As you can see the Canadian flag right here on the desk of the Sports Junkie show. So don't give me no shit about Canada. I love Canada.
Is there a best of the Sports Junkie?
You know where the exit is if you'd like to go out and sit in the hallway.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
I wouldn't think so. Later this week, we're going to have former number 1 pick of the Boston Red Sox, Greg Blosser, in studio.
Yeah,
talking about
that'd be
baseball.
great.
It'd be fun. You've not had the pleasure of meeting
No,
Mr.
I haven't
Blosser.
met him yet.
He's a crazy dude.
Yeah, because you had him on right after I left, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Arguably the most successful player to come out of the Mecca, the highest draft pick to ever come out. You could say Ian Desmond's had a pretty nice career out of Sarasota High School. The list of players who played the major leagues from right here in sunny Sarasota, and especially Clyde Metcalf's program up there at Sarasota High, it's a machine. It's basically the Aquinas football Miami version of baseball in Florida.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I mean, there's no shit. I mean, that's how many players have come out of this area playing in the major league. So, and Greg was the highest drafted player in the history of Sarasota baseball. So we'll get him in here. He's a funny guy, man, and he does not pull punches. He does not pull punches, and he knows everything. He's got a Rolodex. His roommate, his first year in Broxton, I believe it was one Jeff Bagwell, who's always available for phone calls.
Great.
He's got a Rolodex of everybody. So Blosser in-house sometime this week. Jake Jackson will be in for No Holds Barred on Wednesday, and all kinds of stuff going on. And fortunately, we're not going to have a yard sale and sell all this shit. No, we're not going anywhere, man. Things are just starting to launch. You got to go through valleys before you hit peaks, Greg. Yeah. Life's not one big uphill ride. Sometimes you get a little pit in the way.
Life is a highway.
Life is some coitus. I want to have it all night long. Thank you very much.
Shut the hell up.
You're right. All right, Sports Junkie, Gopher Greg, hanging out on a Sunday. Beautiful Sunday here. Summer's upon us in Sarasota, Florida. Hotter than the crotch of the winning jockey yesterday, but not there yet.
I'll tell you something, Ozzie. After spending a winter in Michigan, I'll take the heat any day.
I'll bet you will.
Any day of the week.
I'm sure you would.
Though, I have to tell this story.
Tell it.
When I was in Michigan, I just moved there in late August, and I was shopping, and I saw ham spear, which they don't sell down here. They sell it up north. There you go. Perfect, perfect music. I saw ham spear.
Right.
And so I took a picture of the ham spear that I saw, and I sent it to Ozzie.
And
Ozzie knows that I live across the street from Lake Michigan. So then Ozzie said, I'll be there tomorrow. We're drinking hams by the lake tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, by the way.
Because it was like 75 degrees and breezy in Michigan. Well, it was, of course, steamy hot here in late August.
You'll remember what my advice was when you hit that Upper Peninsula. I said you need to start drinking, and you need to bang that freaking girl cleaning the house. I was worried about you meeting friends up there. Oh, tonight's show also brought to you by the fine folks at AliExpress. They're taking over the world one shipment at a time. Boy, stores, malls, you name it, Greg. They're going out of business. Do you know that Amazon ships 7 days a week now?
Yeah.
Right now, they're delivering all over town.
Yeah.
You'll love this one. As they send the old, you gearheads will remember the cartoons of the cartoons with the CAR tunes and the crazy bugged out eyes and everything. They were cool. But there's the same thing with sports. Check this baseball guy. You'll love this. A party gift. You like the crazy baseball guy?
Nah.
Yeah, you're a son of a bitch to please.
No, I got two.
I swear to God.
Stickers. I don't want this sticker.
Oh, shut the
People
fuck up.
can't even see
All
it.
right.
What are we talking about?
Okay, well, that's two down, one in the hole.
Do you want to talk some more something, or do you want to go to the game show?
Oh, we want to talk Rays baseball.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to talk some Rays baseball.
Oh, we talked a little bit about it.
Big drag today.
They had a 5-3 road trip, so that's not too bad. They took two from Boston.
Not too bad.
Two from Boston, and they split 4 games with Kansas City, and then they split 2 games with Baltimore.
Currently have the Cy Young Award winner in
and
tow.
They probably will have the Tyler Glass now, who is untouchable.
And
right
let's
now.
hope against hope that Tyler Meadows is back and productive in that lineup as he's continued, or he's shown in the early, quarter of a season we've seen so far. We were there opening day, first at bat, he took it out of the park.
And then we hope that Snell will come back to.
I think he will.
I think he will too.
I think he will. He got roughed up his first outing, but
first couple outings.
That's going to happen. I mean, you miss a start, you're a little off keel.
Yeah.
This team is so freaking loaded. And
Charlie Morton is doing great.
I read about him, Greg. I was poo-pooing that move because I didn't know anything about him.
I thought it was great.
I didn't know anything about him. He started with Pittsburgh. He was drafted by Atlanta. He went to Pittsburgh, kind of failure. Went to Philadelphia. They retaught him how to pitch, which I never like to hear that. He wound up in Houston, where he was on a World Series winner. That shows you how he knows how to win baseball games, and he knows how to win under pressure. And he said, I'm never going to let anybody, I'll take advice, but I'm going to use what I had naturally to get to the major leagues. When you go changing the complete way you throw the baseball, very rarely is that going to work out in the long term. Wouldn't you say?
I think, and then the other thing is, I think he wanted to come to the Rays because he wanted to be the veteran pitcher because they have Verlander already up there.
Right.
And I think Verlander was getting a lot of even though Snell was the Cy Young winner, I think he wanted to come and get a little bit more, shine.
And he was sick of seeing Verlander with those silky, milky jugs of Kate Upton, just flaunting them around the room. Look what I got. Look, watch this. We learned this last night. God, imagine. I hope that haven't seen her. I have seen her recently. She was at a spring training game I saw on TV. How did that? I mean, he's an average-looking guy. I can think of better-looking Major League Baseball players than Jason Verlander.
Yeah.
Wow, Kate Upton though, she's one of those once-in-a-lifetime beauties. I've never even heard her speak. I don't need to. She's got a body that just
She's
not
a
stop
beauty. She's
traffic.
one in a billion.
Who knows if it'll hold up? Because if you're that beautiful and curvaceous at like 18 and 19, I could see some fat years coming on. I could see some real fat food sessions coming on.
I think I would take it anyway.
I would too. Who am I kidding? I'm going to get big as a house.
But, yeah, the Rays. So the Rays will probably, at the end of the day today, will have the best record in baseball again. Because I think the Twins are losing.
They come home. What is the schedule?
Tomorrow. They'll be home tomorrow night, 3 against Arizona.
Oh, who am I kidding? I got the 2019 Rays schedule, courtesy of opening day. But we came home with about 10 each, didn't we?
Oh, God.
That's why I'm very, very cautious to give these out. Fortunately, I have a buddy like you who got them for me
Right.
in the last decade or so. But the first decade of Rays baseball, I would go, and they always had a few like hidden away in certain.
You just have to ask them.
The information center, and the guy knew me, so I would always say, "Hey, man, I have every schedule from every year. Here you go, kid. Thank you for coming, you son of a bitch bastard. Would you come over tonight and service my wife?"
Now, listen,
I thought it was an odd
Arizona's a good team, so this is not going to be an easy series.
Not an easy series. Be some thin.
But if they can get two out of 3 in the series, then they have the Yankees coming to town.
That ought to be a war.
They'll have a day off on Thursday, and then the Yankees come to town.
Thin crowd, and then they had next weekend. Well, 2 weeks from now, from today, they'll be in New York for a 3-game set. Then the Dodgers come a-calling. I might want to be interested in going maybe see some Dodgers on a Tuesday, Wednesday night tilt. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the Dodgers. I don't think I've ever seen the Dodgers at the Trop as they do these rotating flex schedule.
I think I saw them once.
I think I have too. It was the year that they went back to the old Los Angeles script.
Oh, didn't they give out the Don Zimmer?
Oh, the creepy
Brooklyn
bear?
No, the Don Zimmer set. Yeah.
That now and then?
Yeah.
I had it, and I've had like 3 of them, Greg. It's funny you mentioned that, and all 3 the head fell off.
I think I gave you one.
And the head fell off, and
it
sadly,
fell off that one too. The
Don
one I
Zimmer
originally
died
gave you?
that night. Thank you for killing a freaking icon.
I didn't do it. I gave it to you. You were supposed to take care of it.
They were shoddily made.
Yeah. But,
shoddily made.
Yeah, they have the Yankees coming to town.
I don't see a lot. I was looking at the promotions guide. I don't see a lot of bobbleheads this year. What the hell, man? They don't really have a lot of yet. Except
I thought the Stanek bottle opener night was just genius. That's just a genius idea.
Oh, because he's an opening pitcher.
Yeah.
I just got that.
I think that's a...
Nothing
that's
gets
just
by me,
genius.
buddy. Nothing. That's my brain working currently.
Oh, by the way, I need to tell everybody if you're not watching, I know some people might be watching this, but Ozzie's got a
big old garage full of stuff.
No, the Barons hat on.
Oh yeah, I got a sweet hat with the B logo, and I kind of knew at the time it was Barons, but I had to have Gopher Greg verify it online. And I got that sweet Barons hat, and it's a nice thin hat.
Birmingham Barons.
Former
baseball team of the Michael Jordan. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Interrupting me.
Oh, okay.
The Birmingham is
interrupting you.
That's a stretch.
Uh-huh.
That is something you always do. Interrupting me or me interrupting you. We had a big ABBA convention last night at the house, and I think I captured it as well as anybody, why they did not do the $2 billion tour as we get back to the Birmingham Barons. The question is, are they still affiliate of the Rays? I don't think they are.
No, they were affiliate of the
White Sox. What am I thinking about? Duh. Birmingham Biscuits was the Rays.
No, Montgomery
Biscuits. Are they still?
Yes.
All right.
There's a double-A.
I forgot about this. There's a shop at the Trop where you can
get all the hats. You can get all the minor
Durham,
league
Hudson Valley, what have you. Charlotte.
You can get Stone Crab.
Stone Crab Charlottes. I want to get down there on a Sunday. Yeah. I want to take my grandsons because it's everything free. Yeah. Free admission, free hot dogs, and free soda.
Right.
Now, that's for the food's not free. Every bum in town to be there. But it's free admission. And a Sunday night, not even if you work outside or are used to Florida, night times aren't that bad.
No, it really is.
It's not that bad. And the great thing about minor league baseball is maybe 1,000 people there. Kids can go ape shit. They can make all the noise they want.
And they usually get a ball.
They get a ball. They get some kind of paraphernalia. If they don't get something, I buy them something. But they'll get something. If they go with Grandpa, they can get something. Little Colin, my grandson, got his first guitar today, Greg.
Oh, fantastic.
He's starting to sling it like Grandpa. So we'll see how that all plays out.
It's kind of scary in a way.
He's scary good. He's scary good at the plastic one. I said, you keep practicing, I'll give you a real one. And he said, Grandpa was so cute. He said he got his little voice on the. I said, if you keep practicing, Colin, you get a new one. And you know what he said on the phone? I recorded it. It's kind of cute. He said this, Greg.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I thought that was rude. And I'm like, where'd the Spanish accent come from?
Well,
Got a lot of love. Speaking of Chicago and the White Sox, Kent Gustafson in studio last week from 1010 News Talk, where you can hear the show as well. 1010 News Talk. Download that. You can listen to the
we
show.
really enjoyed having Kent here.
It was great to see
we
him.
really enjoyed it.
Again, I apologize, Ken, if you're listening, for the shit show that ensued. I did not. Sometimes I could sit here literally for maybe a week and not one person would come through the door. And then in a